Hey gems, welcome to Vivid Vibration. My name is Christina. I hope y'all are doing well. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if this video resonates with you. Gems. I've been shuffling these in between every read, and almost everyone has gotten the Queen. And I feel like the Sword and the Poet, I feel like these cards keep reappearing. So, I don't know. I mean, we all just came through the eclipse. We're on the cusp of some energy. So, yeah, let's dive in. Gems. The Shadow, the Bridge, Anima Mundi, the Thread, the Sustainer, the Queen and the Mystic, the Poet, and the Sword. The bridge is the idea of like mind the foundation, because if you build a bridge on a faulty foundation, it's bound to fall away. And I kind of want to say, gems, that you all built on a foundation that was based on your shadow state. I say that was in your last read too, that idea of like the little kid pitching the tantrum in the corner. Sorry, gems. That's what it is. You know, it's not the end of the world. Even those little kids on the playground get over it and get back out there and play again, right? But I kind of get the feeling that there's an idea here of like things falling away, and you feeling a sense of relief, if I'm being totally honest about how I feel. Like it seems like, okay, it's falling away, but there is an idea of just like a clean cut, like a clean end, like, and it is done. And I feel like there's an idea of like, it is done, that comes with an awareness of how everything came into be. Like, how did this all play itself out? And what was the point of it all, right? I mean, like, everything happens for a reason. We meet people for a reason. We live places for a reason. We have experiences for a reason. And it's just kind of like, you never know how you impact other people, just the same as other people don't realize how they impact you, right? I mean, like, we're very egocentric just in nature, like as a species, I would say, especially in our society and our culture of today. So self-awareness isn't always like the greatest asset that we have. And yet I feel like there's an idea here that, oh my God, that was a huge bird that just landed right next to my door. I thought it was going to fly in and I was going to freak out. Birds scare me. Sorry. Anyways, it's just this idea that like you're starting to see what the point is, you know, like bad things happen. We have bad experiences. We embody those experiences. We cause those experiences, right? I mean, like there's this idea of like, okay, why did those things happen? What was my participation in it? And how was everybody else involved in it as well? Because part of the recognition of it is also an acknowledgement of like, where is it that you're building your foundations and why is it that you're building them there, right? Because again, it's that idea of like, I feel like this was in the Sag read, one of my fire sign reads, but it's the idea of like, where are you building your community, and are you building it there because you feel like you can exchange control for control? Like, well, I can concede here because you'll concede there. This idea of adherence that just keeps coming through the gem read, you know, but adherence to what end? And I think that you're starting to understand like why are you drawn to communities that want to direct you, and usually it's because you want to have a sense of control when you feel out of control. But when you concede your control to others in exchange for control of them, and there's no self-control, there's no self-awareness on either part, it's kind of a shit show, you know? And I feel like it breaks. And I feel like you're in the midst of it breaking, or on the outside of it breaking. And wondering, you know, like, or coming into an understanding. I mean, the Mystic is the idea of like a psychic knowing, you know, and the Queen is the idea of influence. You have the Poet, which is the idea of like taking the negative, taking the bad experiences and finding the beauty in it, so that you can sustain what it is that you sincerely are connected to. Because sometimes it's just about, I mean, like sometimes, like, and I know this, all my fixed energy that I have, like, you can't tell me shit. I got to figure it out for myself, and I got to figure it out the hard way, because I know other way it's going to happen. You know what I mean? And I feel like you guys are kind of in that energy of like, you had to figure it out the hard way, and boy, did you ever. And once you did, you are able to have an understanding of why it didn't work, so that you know how you can sustain that next step in life, right? Like you're moving to something that you're more connected to. You know, like sometimes when we're on that journey of life, we have to pass through experiences that offer us the opportunity to gain the insight, so that we are elevated and ready for that next step, that next thing that we're being drawn to, because you have purpose, you have a reason, and your experiences will not go without reason, right? And I feel like there's an idea here of like, you are understanding the reason that you had to experience these experiences and exist in this energy, and the reason that things needed to fall away, you know, or very, you know, like just break off from, I don't want to say break off from your shadow, because you don't ever want to deny your shadow state, but you need to be aware of it so that you can integrate it in a healthy manner. And I kind of feel like that's what's going on here, like this self-awareness, you know, with the intention of being better prepared for that next step, to find the beauty and the reason in it all, which is fantastic, gems. I love that for y'all. Okay, gems, what's good with y'all? Three of Wands. Some of y'all could be going on a trip. Three of Wands is usually kind of just like a weekend away, or, you know, like going on vacation for a week, going to see a friend. The Eight of Swords, I'm sorry, the Nine of Swords and the Eight of Wands and the Three of Wands. I wonder if it's not just like an aha moment. Like you don't have, like you're figuring all these things out. You're understanding why you needed to do this. And no sooner do you really, like, does it click, then you're like, okay, I need to go do this. I don't know what you're going to do, but I feel like I feel like there's this idea of like, I'm gonna chase down that next opportunity. Okay. Let's see what else we can get for y'all. Six of Pentacles and the Ace of Cups. I mean, the Six of Pentacles is kind of that idea of like the give and take, like equal exchange. The Ace of Cups is the idea of, you know, a new relationship, a new partnership. I love this one because I don't remember which one of my fire signs this came out for, but it's like the idea of the otters is that they hold hands at night when they're sleeping, so they don't lose one another, and they are playful, and they're, you know, like they're enjoying each other's company, and they're both benefiting from this. And I feel like there's an idea here of like, why it is that the energy exchange that you'd previously been engaging in with your community, your job, your lovers, whatever, but it was just kind of like the energy exchange was very controlling and confining. And once you figure that out, once that all clicks for you, I want to say that you go toward another, I don't know if it's a different community and a different person or what, but it's just kind of like you needed to learn that lesson. But once you learn that lesson, you're ready to very quickly move towards this new opportunity, this new connection. Maybe you have to take a trip to do that. I don't know. Maybe it's somebody that doesn't live in your neighborhood, in your town. Okay, what else can I get for gems? The Nine of Swords and the Four of Swords. I mean, the Nine of Swords is this idea, I mean, the Four of Swords both. It's just this idea of like feeling like there's no good way for you to turn, like you feel restricted in every way imaginable. And then you have the Magician and the Eight of Pentacles. And I feel like there's an opportunity here for you to really develop yourself and come into your power. But it feels new to me. It feels like a more disciplined energy. Because here's the thing, when you exchange control for control, what you're really doing is giving away your power. I'll give you my power if you give me yours. But with an underlying context of something that just feels so, it feels like a darker energy. And it's like if you flip that on its head and you exchange positive energy for positive energy. I encourage you, you encourage me, you know, like I celebrate you, you celebrate me, and it's not I control you here so you control me there. You know, it just feels like this very large transition, but it's a transition that needed to occur through hard learned lessons, you know, and that's okay too. Okay, gems, let's do another card for y'all and we'll call it a read. That one like went flying across the Temple. Yes, because it's the idea of like, what do you worship? And whatever it is that you think that you worship, go ahead and put that one in your back pocket, because it's not. And I feel like what it is that's like really being called into question here is the idea of like, you're like what you were worshiping was like a type of exchange, thinking that like it was a positive exchange, only to realize that it was confining and restrictive. And now you're wanting to really refocus your energy, refocus your attention so that you're engaging in positive exchanges of energy. I love that. I hope this resonates for y'all. Thank you so much for spending some time with me. Please give me a like, share, and subscribe if this resonates with you. And I will see y'all again soon. Bye.